And we're back. And we've got some serious business to get down to. Mainly the business of murder. Let's get started. Killed you. Okay, let's try and stay out of this spotlight. There's a lot of them and only one of me, so it might be a good idea to not let them know I'm here right away. Another way this game reminds me a little bit of the Batman games, the Arkham games, is it's very proactive stealth. You know, like compared to like Splinter Cell or something, where you need to avoid guys because you will die. In this, you're like very aggressively sneaking up to dudes to kill them and move through the area unmolested because you've killed everyone. And it makes sense. Shit! I was not very sneaky there. Ouch, got him in the throat. Ooh. At least I wasn't still down there. They got a fucking machine gun here they could have used on me. That was fun. That was kind of a cool way to end the combat segment there. Let's pick their bodies clean before moving on. I've said this before, but like this game really does make me feel like it reminds me of the Arkham games, the Batman Arkham Asylum, Arkham City games. Not only because of my own personal, like, I replay them a lot, like, I probably pop in Arkham Asylum and Arkham City at least once every couple of months and replay them both just because I like the game so much. And I do that with this game too, replay it every so often just because I enjoy it a lot. And they're both very, like, hub Metroid style exploration collection quest kind of games. Hold on.
An Edo period coin minted in the late 17th century. It could have come from any number of old wrecks on this island.
Yeah. But it also, like, they are, like I said, both Metroid games, both games I play a lot, both games I greatly enjoy, and both games that I think have really, really good writing. And not writing just in, like, the script, like, the characters reading off dialogue. They also have really good environmental storytelling. And I will save, rambling about the storytelling in the Batman games for when I play those, which I might do. I don't know. I'm just kind of doing this by ear. These Foxeh Let's Plays. But, the island that we're on here and the way Lara interacts with it also says a lot, both about the story of this island, the dozens of stories of people who've come and lived and died and survived on this island.
This bunker, World War II era, probably Japanese.
There you go. Very good timing. But it also informs a lot of Lara's relationship with it. Because everything that's happening to her here is very much informed by what other people have gone through.
It's freezing.
So it's not just Lara's story of surviving the island that's on display here, it's also the story of other people who've been on this island. And the way they all kind of overlap with each other in interesting ways.
For better or worse, I now follow Father Matthias. If I'm gonna be stuck on his island, at least I have the best possible job. He calls me his first salary. Matthias might be insane, but he's smart and dangerous. He knows things about this island. I believe is our only chance of ever getting out of here. Matthias keeps us happy. We control the guns and the food. Anything the storm brings to this island is ours, and we decide the fate of any new survivors. Any who defy us are killed. We are masters of this fucked up prison.
That's creepy. Not the least of which is Matthias. Matthias's journey of survival on this island probably most directly affects Lara's, since he is more or less our main antagonist insofar as he's leading the guys who are trying to kill us.
It's loaded with fuel. No shit. What do they need it for?
For dying! Haha!
God damn it!
Boom! Ow, that sucks. Took a rock to that guy's fucking face. Really, dude? Did you really see that ending well for you? I like the way her weapon kind of vanishes off her back. Like, there's the arrow, bow and arrow, now it's gone. There it is, now it's gone. There it is, now it's gone. When you get more weapons later on, you can do the same thing with those, and I just think it's kind of humorous. Okay, there's some minor collection things in this area too. This isn't a massive hub like the campsite we were at earlier. Just a little transitionary place with some few small scavenger activities, like burning these posters. Because... scavenger hunt the game.
No one leaves.
We've seen that before. Well, last time we used an event like this, it resulted in good things, in story progression. So let's do it again. I'm sure it won't hurt us.
There's nowhere to run, outsider!
What the hell?
Oh no, toxic gas. And a dude. Oh, we're gonna die. Oh god. Oh no!
Where you going?
Where am I going? Away from you, asshole. I bet that gas is flammable. Let's find out. Yep. That ended predictably. Ooh, this guy got gnarly fucked. Thanks for the gun. Ah, pretty old.
Just end it. Please.
Go to hell.
That was kind of needlessly vindictive, Lara. I mean, jeez.
Expedition Field Report. Despite loss of 2 cargo ships to intense storms, the expedition has made landfall. We've established a communications center high in the mountains, and coastal base construction has commenced. Initial surveys have revealed several possible excavation sites. The island is much larger than we originally anticipated, and layered with many centuries of history. The task of identifying the source of the storms will be long and arduous. But if we succeed in our mission here, our victory in this war will be certain.
This game kinda... there's some fan art of crossovers between Far Cry 3 and this game. I don't know if anyone's, like, specifically made, like, really obvious, like, man, there are a lot of similarities between this game and Far Cry 3, don't you think? But it's true, there kinda are. Like, in that game, you're also exploring a island full of fucked up people. It's an Asian Pacific island. Some World War II Japanese soldiers were stationed on it and left letters about what they did on the island when they were stationed here. Boss is a douchebag, you know, all fun. We've also got this nice little... Shit, I don't even want to say World War II era, it looks older than that. It's an old-ass gun. Now that we have it, though, we probably won't need it, right? You know, the game won't give us a gun and then not let us use it. Oh, shit. I'm not really much for spray and pray tactics. I'm more oriented. God. Something else I like about this game that, in a way, separates it from Uncharted is the combat. Like, this game, obviously, you could compare it to Uncharted, and I think I've done that myself.
Matthias will set us free. From what? This island?
Like, with the platforming and the combat is kind of similar, but something I think separates it is Uncharted was a lot more, you know, hunker down into cover and, you know, stop and pop type shootout sequences. In this game, you are forced to move around your environment a lot more. You're forced to, like, duck and weave and go from place to place. You can't just hunker down behind one solitary piece of cover and just pop your head out and black people. You gotta move around. Mostly because of those guys with those douchebags with the Molotov cocktails who will force you out of cover. And look, we've got a new little thing, Brawler. So when it comes to our skills, some of them are locked off, we can't buy them yet. Mostly because to do them is a little bit too hardcore. You know, like, Lara's just this little baby rookie. She can't do this shit. She can barely survive. She's gotta get a little bit more experience in the art of murder before she can do some of the more hardcore shit, like using her axe as a melee weapon. Use your climbing axe to deliver a deadly, stunning blow to your opponents. Like, you need to be at least hardened before you can do something that fucking hardcore, you know? Right now, the most we can do is grab a handful of dirt and throw it in their eyes. You know, because fuck it. who wants to fight fair? We're fighting to win. Boop. Collecting things, collecting things. Oh shit, really? Let's try out a new sand one. Yeah, you got sand in your face, bitch. And now you got an arrow on your face. Loser. Okay, I think we've gone a little bit too long without some story, so let's check in on the rest of our crew after burning this. That sucks.
Alex, are you there?
Yeah.
The console's a wreck.
Damn it. Well, unless you see a Radio Shack around, you're gonna have to patch it manually through the maintenance panel.
That was a good face-over expression.
Okay, that sounds simple enough.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have to find it first. On those old towers, they installed those panels high up. I mean, way high up.
Climbing again. Great.
Like I said, this game's got good writing. And good acting, too. Lara's voice actress in this... Oh, not just voice actor, but also actor. Because in these newfangled games of the 21st century, they do a lot of motion capture acting, where like the actors themselves are dressed up in mocap gear and act out the scenes physically as their characters while they're doing the lines. So I think she's pretty good. Like I said, I really like her body language in this game. Okay, 100% completed this area too. Nice. Or at least we will once we get this last journal, which is right in front of our faces, right here. Pop.
I am alone now. The rest of them are dead.
The continuing adventures of
This is
asshole
for the best.
McGee.
I watched from the cliffs as their makeshift boat was tossed and turned by the storms. The clouds looked like a hand upon the water, desperately clawing at their doomed boat. None survived the wrath of the storm. I observed it carefully. The storm was localized and sudden, and just as suddenly, it was gone. And this is the most interesting detail. It didn't seem random. I sensed emotion, something deliberate. I don't know what's happening on this island, not yet. But if I ever hope to escape, I must understand this phenomenon. Now my real work begins.
This guy is clearly a crazy person. As if we didn't already have enough evidence to that. Anyway, this will be fun. Ow. It's really claustrophobic. Hope you're not claustrophobic when you play this game. This game is on Steam, baby. Steam sale.
That tower better work after all this.
Oh god. Probably really hot. Man, after being in such heat like this, you almost want to jump into the polar ice caps, am I right? Oh. Okay. I was not being literal.
Snow. This isn't normal.
Fuck no. Not unless we're in New Zealand. Man, it must be really cold for Lara, just wearing that fucking tank top like this. I think she's due to change into some more reasonable clothing. There we go. That should keep her warm. Or at least covered. Plus it makes her coat look kind of like Indiana Jones. Or maybe we'll have something warmer for her. Let's see. Mountaineer. There she goes. That's more winter appropriate clothing. At least for this area. I think that'll work. Yeah, these are all DLC costumes, by the way. They're not actually in the game. You have to spend money to have access to these. But hey, a lot of complaints from people were like, why doesn't she wear something fucking more... Oh, don't fall. Why is she wearing that stupid tank top in the mountains? Well, now you can dress her in reasonable clothing. Oh shit! Quick time events! Quick time events! Fuck you, buddy. Oh, that's not a fun way to die.
Damn! How many are there?
A lot, apparently. I like how the enemies are smart enough to move around and take cover and avoid your shots too. Not good enough though, because I'm good at this game. I'm good at getting headshots. And you actually get better too. Like, oh shit. Like, that's something I noticed about this game is you start out kind of shitty at killing people. Like Lara does, obviously. Like, she, you know, is not trained in combat or anything like that. She's just killing people like a desperate animal would. But as you go through the game, you do get more proficient at the combat, both via upgrades and just natural affinity with the control scheme. And thus, it gives the impression that Lara is getting better at killing dudes too, as she's getting more and more experience on the island. Yeah, I'm good like that. Like, that was something, someone said in criticism of this game once, is like, you basically start out the game as good at the combat as you're gonna be at the end, so Lara becoming a better survivalist isn't reflected in terms of gameplay, and I'm like, yes it fucking is! At least in my experience, she becomes better at killing dudes as you become better at the combat. By the end, you're fucking popping people off with minimal effort, and she has become, you know, a goddess of death and destruction. But again, that's spoiling things, getting a little bit ahead of myself. This is a combat section, though, so I guess it's an appropriate topic. Although, to be fair, I am just good at this game. So I guess it's a little unfair to have said that, like, I am doing way better at this game than someone who's playing it just for the first time. I mean, I'm not bragging, I'm just being like, I've played this game 5 times, like, a lot. Like, I'm not keeping track, I'm not keeping count or anything. I've played this game many times. I am proficient. At very least. Yeah. Is that all of them? Apparently not.
Out of the way! She's left!
Hey, that was unnecessary. Rude.
Okay, focus. You can do this.
You can do this. She says that a lot, like I said. kicked your ass, bitch.
Yes! Still alive!
Still alive, baby. Whoop your ass. Here we go.
Some kind of soldier's identity tags. I don't recognize the kanji. Were these used during World War II?
We don't have dog tags of Japanese soldiers used during World War II. It hasn't been that long. They probably still exist. Just saying. Okay, before we progress, we've got some more collectibles to get in this area.
Plan is taking shape in my mind. In order to unlock the power of this island, I first need to understand what has happened here. I need time and room to study this place. There are many mysteries here, foremost of which the ruins of an ancient Japanese empire and a mysterious queen. It all started with her.
What was his plan? I guess one criticism I could make about this game is the plot's really kinda cliche. Boom, hardened. Yay! Lara's getting better at surviving, better at killing bitches. But yeah, like, the plot's kinda cliche. You can kinda figure out what's happening before the characters of the game actually do. Like, they're kind of like, oh, what's the plan? And you can kind of figure out based on, like, journals you've collected throughout the game and just natural implications of what's happening. You can kind of be like, oh, that's what they're doing. And so, like, you're gonna figure out stuff long before Lara does. But that's okay, like, the focus of this game isn't the rich, complex narrative, it's the character evolution of Lara Croft. And that aspect is very strong. So I think it's okay to be a little lacking in terms of originality when it comes to the plot itself.
An alloy badge awarded to marksman 2nd class in the Imperial Japanese Army. A faint kanji etching. Someone's name?
Oh, what, you can't read it? Ooh, got some... Ooh. That's another thing I like, that's a little bit subtle, is when you upgrade your weapons, it physically changes the model. So like that machine gun obviously did not used to have that cloth wrapped around it, and now it does. Which actually makes the weapons
Over the years,
a little
there have been other
hodgepodgey
survivors,
by
but
the
I've
end of the game, but
avoided
it's still
them.
kind of appreciated.
And if they got in my way, I was not merciful. But now I know I need others. In order to move forward, I must fully control this island. So I will gather a small group of loyal followers. They must understand power and the need to organize. But more importantly, they cannot hesitate to kill or use violence. It will be part of their life here. They will need structure and purpose and work. But when this island is mine, I will discover the true secret of the storms.
This is madness. Yeah. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Judge not lest ye be judged. Especially when it comes to very serious survival scenarios like we have before us. You've been forced to do things you never would have previously considered yourself, Lara. I'm just saying. To be fair, Matthias is a jackass. But being like, killing so casually. Like, dude, that is not the crux of his evality. I'm just saying. Anyway, we will finish our little tower trek next time.